Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about 5 things that you should know about rugby. First off, rugby is not a contact sport, it is technically a collision sport. The guy who invented rugby really enjoyed the feeling of human bodies smashing into each other. It's just that the word tackle sounds more politically correct. But the idea is that he wanted people to finally be free to use their whole physical force in a ball game. The second thing you need to know about rugby is that the guy who invented the sport really enjoyed making life harder for himself. So what you normally do when you're running and carrying a ball forwards is you want to be able to see what you're doing, right? But the guy decided that you're only allowed to pass the ball backwards because then you can't really see that much and so it's more fun. But what happens if you accidentally pass the ball a little forwards, or maybe you just drop it in front of you? Well, that's the second thing you need to know about rugby, is you don't just get punished for it, you get smashed for it. Not just you, a bunch of your friends as well. It's called the scrum. It took a few tweaks in terms of rules to prevent the players from breaking their necks all the time, but that's the boring part that nobody really finds interesting, apart from me, because it's fascinating how people try and tweak a bad idea because it's so fun they don't want to give up on it. Now, how does a scrum work? So you get 2 packs of 8 guys interlocking and clashing methodically against each other, and then someone from outside the scrum, called the scrum half, rolls a ball beneath the scrum. So then you think someone in the scrum should just pick the ball, right? But they can't, because everybody's busy grabbing onto each other's legs and jerseys, and so what's the only part of your body that's actually free to move? It's your feet. Well, then you might just try and kick the ball, right? No, you actually have to hook the ball backwards with your heels. It's not as hard as it sounds. After all, you and your teammates are just pushing as hard as you can while doing that, and also trying not to fall, because that would be a penalty. Now, what happens if someone throws a ball outside the field? You obviously need a way to restart the game, right? And common sense would suggest that someone from the opponent's team just grabs a ball and throws it back in. But it's too easy. So what you want to do is you put the opponents in 2 lines and you throw the ball in the middle, right? It sounds more fun, but it's not enough. So you actually want to lift your friends up in the air so that the opponents fight for the ball in the air. Now that's better. It's called a touche, which in French means to touch. I guess it refers to the squeezing of each other's bum and hamstrings, but I'm not entirely sure about that one. The 5th thing is kind of a consequence of everything I've explained so far, and it's the fact that by playing with such rules, you eventually bond with your teammates quite a lot. Each player is kind of constantly sacrificing himself for the teammates, which makes it so that even if you don't really like each other outside the field, you become brothers when you play together. That's kind of fascinating to watch. And that's why rugby is all about accountability, teamwork, and broad shoulders. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We love you, Rassi.